Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, entertainment only, but I'm going to go for a little bit of explore today, a bit of a spiritual explore. A few people have mentioned to me the Hopi prophecy about the blue star Kachina. I'm sure I've pronounced that incorrectly. I do apologise. Kashina, first documented, although it's been orally passed down generation after generation, but first time, I believe, actually written out, documented in 1963 by a guy called Frank Waters via speaking with a Hopi leader called White Feather. Now, I do apologise if I get any elements of this incorrect, but I just want to have a little bit of explore. So basically, the prophecy is that the current era will end when Kashina removes his mask, and the prophecy is about a blue star called Castina and a twin red star, Castina, that will come later. So the blue star comes first and then the red star comes after. And I wonder whether that red star is the ignition of Jupiter. So in my little readings, which I do apologise, are very ignorant from the other side of the world, and again, I do apologise if I get any of this wrong, but what the prophecies talk about, and I'm looking at a website called Spirit Magi, spiritmagi.com from 2003 in regards to Kachina. So the return of the blue star will be the alarm clock that tells us that a new day and a new way of life and a new world is coming. And this is when the changes will begin. They will start as fires that burn within us and will burn up with desires and conflicts if we do not remember the original teachings and return to the peaceful way of life. Not far behind blue Kachina will come the purifier, the red star, who will bring the day of purification. Now, to be honest, this sounds very much like Revelations and all the rest of it. But on this day, the earth and her creatures and all life as we know it will change forever. There will be messages that precede this second coming of the red star purifier, and they will leave messages to those on earth who remember the old ways. Okay, where do I go with this? There's prophecies, all very good to understand what they mean in hindsight. But does this line up with Three Eye Atlas? Let's have a look. Further on in the message in regards to the writings, it says it's important to understand that the messages will be found upon every living thing, even within our own bodies, even within a drop of our blood. All life forms will receive the messages that are from the twins, those that fly, the plants, even the rabbits. The appearance of the twins begins a period of 7 years, which will be our final opportunity to change our ways, and everything we experience thereafter will be a matter of choice. Many will appear to have lost their souls in those final days, as the changes in the nature will be so intense that those that are not aware, not awakened, not living in understanding and trusting will it says will go insane, but basically just really, really struggle. And it comes back to that evolution period. So let me just sorry, if I was looking glazed, it was because I was reading something on another screen. I haven't really learned how to share it yet, so I do apologise for that. And I don't know whether I have the option using the video function, but using the Light Seers Tarot. And cards have already thrown out at me the Light Seers Tarot. The two cards that's thrown out at me, two aces, new beginnings, bought with love and bought with intelligence, intellect, but there are steps that need to be taken to reach this point. Wow. Okay, threw them out at me. The two new beginnings. Yes, this is new beginning. This is new beginning stuff. I was looking at the 4 cards. So these 2 cards flipped up and these 4 cards flipped down. So I was just looking at these 4 to see whether they are part of this. And I think they possibly are, in that we've got here, this is about looking towards the future and finding balance both within and without, to creating balance, to looking at inner balance, balance in truth, balance in wisdom, balance in logic and strategy. And then we have the other side of it, the would have, should have, could have disappointment for those that are not seeing this opportunity. And they are going to be faced with a difficult decision to make, a challenging decision to make. So, yeah, I am going to say absolutely this Hopi prophecy is what I'm getting from those cards is very much tied up in what my guides have been showing me in regards to 3-Eye Atlas. The igniting of Jupiter, I believe there is a major planet alignment coming up with all the planets lining up. And I believe it's called the Eye of the Sun because they all line up perfectly in line. If you were sort of out in space looking back at the sun, all these planets will just line up one behind the other. Okay, what do we need to know about this Hopi blue star, red star prophecy? Entertainment only? Let's have a look. What do we need to know? What further do we need to know? Judgment. Collective awakening, perhaps, but okay. It's for those that follow the Bible, it's going to feel like the age of judgment. I know there's a lot of crossover between. Now, I'm going to say the writings in the Bible are based on fact, on truths, on reality. I'm not a follower of the Bible because a lot of what is included has been manipulated by the leaders of the time, the times that it was written. Some of it was hundreds of years after the passing of Christ, and it just as important as what was not included as what was included. So there is crossover, but I don't feel, I personally don't follow it because I believe that the actual wording, the spirit of it is correct, but the actual wording of it is of men of the time. But it's a judgment moment pretty much. Again, as I say, in this divergence of humanity, it does not mean an evolution. It does not mean that those that believe are going to disappear off the face of the earth into this great, wonderful, whatever, new earth or anything like that. It is simply a divergence of those that will be going forward and those that won't be. Judgment. This is about embracing your soul spirit. This is embracing your inner spirit, allowing your soul spirit to sing and dance and come from a place of love. Okay, the challenge is the choice. 9 of Pentacles. There is going to be an array of choices. This is the challenge. And it is very much about choosing what you are intuitively drawn to, not what you've been told all your life, not necessarily what seems the biggest and brightest and most promising, and not the most glossy. This is about being true to your soul spirit and choosing the opportunity that you are intuitively drawn to. 9 of Cups, so 2 nines, which and the 9s is very much about the blue star. I believe is the 9 period. From what I understand, is known as the 9 before the change. Once the 9 period is completed, then the change comes. So, oh, by the way, this is not a nude figure. And I love the fact that she and I have only just noticed bright blue hair. The 9. This is the energy we're in at the moment. This is emotional joy. This is an emotional freedom. This is about more than money, but also having enough. Could also be the end of the money era, because this is the chest of gold. We're stepping into a different energy, a different era. This is what we're going to be stewing in the past, the Queen of Cups. Emotionally mature, calm, accepting something in that cup that has not yet been revealed, embracing the emotion. But I also look at how she's bringing this apex above her head into the sky above her. This is just, it's almost like a letting go, staying grounded, but emotionally letting go. Okay. Crowning this reading, the 5 of Pentacles. The opportunity is being presented. It is up to us to pick up the key to unlock the door to go forward, and there will be those that are in flat denial and refuse to do so. I'm just going to pop you up for a second and put you on hold. Hang on. Sorry about that. Talking about staying grounded. Bindi got into the kitten food day before yesterday, and it's given her really crook gut, so I could hear her pacing, trying to get outside, because when we're not in the lounge room, we close the dog door, because we don't want the little kitten getting out before she's actually become acclimatized and ready to explore further. Okay, let's have a look. So we're down. Okay, so the energy over this at the moment is we are going to be presented with an opportunity to step through into this new unknown beginning, where we need to choose. The challenge is choosing what we are intuitively drawn to, and there will be some who simply will be in denial and curl up and stay put. I can't put it any plainer than that. Okay, so where are we going? There's that Queen of Swords looking to the future with science, with truth, with honesty, with harsh reality, looking to the future. This is the immediate future in regards to it, and it is all about love and unity. So those of us that come together in love and unity, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, right beside each other here. So externally, acceptance, unity of diversity, unity of all that can be and all that is. And acceptance, big time. Okay, yeah. Internally, circles of support, though, finding your tribe and stepping into the third eye energy, being this beautiful purple colour. Finding your tribe. Doesn't need to be women, it can be whoever. And we've got the stars at the top. Stepping forward into the spiritual knowing of the stars. Now, the Hopi prophecy, I believe, also talks about, is it 5 or 9? I can't remember off the top of my head. Might be 5 different universes that have all visited planet Earth before and are returning. Okay, the hopes and fears is the Page of Swords. Tiptoeing over this chasm on this sword of truth, ready to step off onto the other side. Knowledge, ideas, truthfulness, messaging coming from the birds. Okay, the outcome. Here's this 2 of Pentacles again, next to this 5 of Pentacles, where there is a choice. there will be a choice. Stick with the materialistic what is, or explore the ethereal what can be. The sun, love it. For those that are ready to open and accept, it's going to be phenomenal. And it is about partnerships, unity, strength in partnerships. And then we've got the world. What? 1, 2, 3 major arcana to end with. The Empress, the birthing of a new world. Wow, these are big cards. Okay, so where do we go from here? I was peering at what was on the bottom. You know, there's the anguish of those that there's going to be grief. Now, I know some people say the 5 stages of grief. I say the 7. I stick an extra couple in there. You can Google either 5 stages or 7 stages. There's overlapping with the 7 stages, a couple of extra steps that has been introduced in recent years. This is about grief, anguish, sadness, but then the planting what is beautiful for the future and nurturing going forward. Okay, I'm just going to pop those aside and I'm going to grab the Starseed Oracle. I know I've been using these a lot lately and I'm going to have to get myself some more galactic style decks. So let's have a look. The Starseed Oracle in regards to the Hopi prophecy with the blue star, the red star, and what is happening with 3-Eye Atlas at the moment. It's like a melding is happening, is what I'm getting. And as I split the deck, I've got I Remember, the soul path, the fated life, and the destiny life. I have said that with this new up-leveling, this new energy that's coming out, it's very much how will we get the message? We will remember. It's almost like we've always known, we will just remember. Oh, and I was watching a video on the Hopi prophecy and they were talking about the remembering coming forward. It wasn't about new information, it was about the remembering. And then we've got jump in, say yes to change. Andromedan energy. Oh, I know I've butchered that, but it says basically say yes to change. Okay. So what do we need to know about this? Activated Earth. The Earth is being activated. Absolutely. So the Hopi prophecy. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about the Hopi prophecy? Is it what we are experiencing now? Yes, it feels like it is. But what do we need to know about the journey forth? There was some things I read, there was a bit of, fear-mongering, fire and brimstone type stuff, but others have said, no, that's not. There has been, I've been trying to find the actual prophecy itself, because what happens when you watch the videos, YouTube videos and stuff that get produced, they add a bit that, to make it tie in. So I have read years ago that when the rivers turn to stone, when the rivers that cross the land turn to stone, which can be interpreted as roads, and I believe when the spider's web network in the sky, which would be satellites. So let's see where we go. What do we need to know in regards to this prophecy? Okay, forge, don't follow, pave a new path, Be the leader. Okay, so don't wait for others. Forge ahead yourself. Now, looking at this image, we've got here the universe, the solar systems, the universes, the gases, the nebulae. But here we've got this new planet. So out of this will come this new I'm just going to say paradise, but I don't quite know whether that's the right word. The earth is pulsing. Pulse of the mother. Slow down. Time in nature. But this is the earth pulsing. Feeling the pulse of the earth is going to be the challenge to this. Finding oneself in time with earth now. That was part of the Hopi prophecy, was those that find themselves in sync with Mother Earth, spiritually and physically, are those that will gain the most benefit from what is coming. And we will be reminded to be in sync with Earth. And I think that's why a few of you mentioned what's happening in Australian politics. Our opposition party is vehemently following the Timo Trump line, and they are imploding before our eyes, the main opposition party. Okay, but let's keep going with this because this is higher vibration and I'm not looking at politics. And the energy that we're stewing in is longing for home and homesick for our place in the stars. The energy that we're sitting in at the moment in regards to this prophecy. In the past, we've got the golden children, the inner child, the tenderness and innocence and rare gifts. Okay, so we've got here the golden childhood in the past. Are those that are the ones that will shine the light, open the portal. Oh gosh, look, is this the sun, or is I instantly got that was Jupiter? That will open the portal to this new world in the past. And I'm just getting that this is Jupiter, not the sun. Okay. In the past, the golden children, the getting back in touch with your inner child, the tenderness and innocence, and bringing forth the rare gifts that you have that will enable you to step through into this new beginning. Okay, crowning the reading, it's been cracked open. It's been cracked open. It's up to us whether we step through. So again, that's reinforcing the Lightseers Tarot cards I had about the opportunity to step through. Now, it does say rock bottom and surrender to the alchemy of life. It's about cracking open us skin beings. But this is more than simply rock bottom and being cracked open for a new beginning. This is very much about the doorway forward into the spirituality is cracked open. Okay, here's the star bathing again. Now this was the card I got for my personal cellular realignment, however you like to put it, my upgrade. It was really interesting. The star bathing, and this was the nebulous that I was seeing with this figure lying here. This was the nebulous that I was seeing when I went through my upgrade. So this is very much the immediate future. It's about the upgrades because we are externally, it's going to be a new earth. It is happening. Keep holding the vision. Whether we like it or not, this is happening. And this figure here is standing looking at a new earth. I got this card with the reseeding of Mars, but it's so much more than that. Internally, we are currently on Earth School. Earth School's tough. Earth School's a hard school. The life lessons, the soul growth, and the higher learning internally. We probably chose the hardest planet to come back to, the hardest life to come back to with Earth School. The hopes and fears, the multifaceted, unique nature of the courageous peony. The hopes and fears, be courageous. And I just got no other way to put that. Be courageous. Let yourself be seen. Be you. Doesn't mean you go out there and blast it from the highest building you can find, but just be courageous in your knowledge of what you know, because we've got here the joining, the karmic relationships of the Orion energy, the soul growth, but we've also got conflict here as well, and that conflict is very much about what the prophecy was saying is that some will be stepping up and some will be staying in the conflict zone, because we are, well, I don't even know if that's the little blue dot, the void of the embracing the great cosmic womb. It's like our little sun is there. And then I remember. And here's this card again that I had before, the card of remembering, which is very prominent in the Hopi prophecy. It just keeps going on the bottom. It comes from love, surrender to the sweetness, look after your own community by watering your own garden. Our star ancestors are bringing this lost wisdom, and trust that the timing is right, because, oh, I can't say I've seen this before, we are going to go through the period of the great severing, and it's not a severing as in cutting off, it's a severing as in a divergence. Anger and conflict is going one way, love and empathy is going the other. And this portal is opening, and the star seed, the empathic star seed, is stepping forward. I love these. I love these cards. So these cards are confirming what the Light Seers Oracle was saying about this choice that is coming up, to stay with what is or to step into what can be. And it's very much personal choice, individual personal choice. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. That was just a little dipping the toe in. I'm sure we're going to be revisiting these at some stage. Actually, they're just telling me a card from the Work Your Light. Let's have a look. What do I need to know? Just a card. A card. Okay, you want that one? Okay. No, wait, postpone, pause, say no. I don't know why they've given me that. That's an interesting one. Because, right, thank you. Then maybe turn the next one over, because this transformation is at a cellular level. So what happened is I underwent with my soothsayer a cellular reprogramming. So just don't go rushing into anything. Don't go careering off, because it's not an external change, it's an internal change that is happening. Not yet. Not yet. Hold off a bit. Not yet. We need to go through the internal change first. Okay? Let's see where this takes us. I'm sure it will be revisited again, and I'm looking forward to seeing what other light readers pick up with this energy. Love to you all. Take care.